Hi, I'm Bibby. I'd like to introduce you to our MDF lanterns. We have 4 different designs. They're beautiful, very easy to put together, especially if you have the new MDF glue. Now let me talk you through what you're actually getting in your set. And you will have 4 panels that are the actual walls of your lantern. And what you have to be very careful of when you're assembling is to put them in the right order so that you have the little hole on the second panels. So the second and the fourth, otherwise you won't be able to actually hang your lantern up. You then also have the top. You have with your top the little section, this one, that's going to sit inside the top to nest it. You have this, which is actually an extra one, can be used, but is an extra. You've got the top section which actually slots all of these safely together, and you have 2 other components which create the base of your lantern. So we're going to start putting this together with the MDF glue, and to use the MDF glue, this is a brand new bottle, you just have to cut the top and this releases the glue, and we just shake that down and we see the glue is coming out nicely. When you're not using this, you actually have a little cap attached that you can pop onto the top to keep it nice and dry on the inside of there, or wet as the case may be. So we're going to take our panels and start to put them together. Now it does take a little bit of time for the glue to grab, but the MDF glue is absolutely the best way that I've found of putting these together. So we know that we need to put our MDF glue along here and along here for this first section. And then we're going to lift that panel up and slot it together there. Now it does take a few minutes for that to actually hold and set. So what I like to do is just use one of my pots of gesso to actually support that so that it's going to hold it in place. And then we are going to do the same here. So that's slotting in that way. So the glue has to go down here and here and in this section. And that's going to slot in on that side and hold together. Pop that back, and we can just slot that back because it's still wet for us. And then just leave that there for a little while to start to grab. Our next section is coming on the top of here. So on this side, we're going to put it in that recess, and it's going to go along here. So it's a little bit like a jigsaw, slotting it all together. And on this side, it's going to go in this segment and down the edges here. Now with a damp cloth you can wipe the extra gesso off before it's set, so you don't need to worry if it's slightly overlaying there. So we could go around the edges here just with the damp cloth. The baby wipe's often useful for this too, and just take that extra off. And then while that's sticking together, we can create our base section, and this is going to sit centrally onto there. Now because your MDF is laser cut, just check which are the best sides, because you can sometimes have that little brown burning marks on it from where it's been put together. So we're going to centre that on to there, like so. There we go. And then just leave that for a few minutes. We can do our top segment, and the top is going to have this little section underneath the lid, and we're going to put the glue around this area here, and that's going to sit just there, right at the edge of the framework, and we're going to leave that to dry. Now coming back to this base, we're going to put the glue around the edge of the base, a couple of millimeters in from the edge, And then now this should be grabbed together enough for us to lift it. We can then pop that directly onto there, like so. And then to sandwich this together at the top on here, we're just going to put the glue around the edge of here. And then we're going to put our little connecting section over the top, which is going to secure that at the top as well, onto there. And then you see this little lid fits snugly into there, and there's our complete lantern. The lanterns are really beautiful then for you to decorate. So you could decorate them with paints, with gilding wax, with gilding flakes, with your die cuts, with a whole host of different things. In fact, just to show you as well, this extra little section here can be used as a frame on other cars, but can also be laid on the top should you wish not to have the lid on. As you can see here, this one has got this on at the top just to finish it off properly for you. The little candle lights are beautiful in here, but please don't put a flame because of course this is wood. So you want the LED lights or the little rice lights. You can see this one has actually been put acetate on the inside and coloured with solvent-based pens, metallic paints over here. And if you look around me, you'll see a whole selection of different ways that the lanterns have been decorated. The gesso is actually a fabulous product to use to decorate your lanterns, and this can give you a lovely white base to them and very simple for you to apply on. So gesso is like a sealer and a base coat to use on all your MDF and wooden items, and you can simply paint this over onto your lantern, and this will actually save you in paint, because if you're using a more expensive metallic paint, then perhaps it would take 2 or 3 coats to get that real depth, because the MDF of course is porous and would soak all that paint up. But if you do a layer first of all with your gesso, it will give you already that base that you can then work over with your more expensive paints. However, gesso is used for many different techniques, and if we wanted to, we could just create a whole white lantern and then add glitter, as I have done on one of the samples, which gives you a really beautiful wedding gift maybe, or table settings for wedding or parties as well. As you can see there, it's quite easy to decorate them. I would leave that to dry, maybe put another coat over, and then this is the one here that I've actually then put some of our wooden butterflies onto, but use my shimmering sparkles glitter over the top of them to give a very delicate look, perfect for your wedding or special occasions. All in all, the lanterns are a beautiful accessory for you to decorate, a lovely project for you to actually try. You probably have a lot of products in your own home that you could be decorating these with, but they're a joy to have around and also to give as personalised gifts. Have fun creating the beautiful MDF lanterns.